big announcement this week on Monday, and it's official now. I think we had this about a month ago in our tunnel talk, and it finally became official that Nebraska will open the season in Arrowhead Stadium on Thursday, August 28th against Cincinnati. It is Cincinnati's home game.
Okay.
So like Nebraska's not giving up a home game. They are getting a huge advantage. Cincinnati, though, has 7 home games. This would have been their 8th home game. So for them, this is kind of like house money, and they're trying to maximize it. Lucas Oil Stadium gave Cincinnati $2 million they estimated they would make on that game there. Well, Arrowhead Stadium and their organizers contacted them and said, we'll guarantee you 2.5, but there's a pretty good chance you'll break 4 and have a shot to push 6.
Hello.
So for them, a lot of it will depend on how many tickets Nebraska fans buy. And as of right now, the lower section there, the far sideline there, that's where Nebraska will be seating. And that lower section is basically sold out already. And that was within a couple of hours. So I'll be interested to see, guys.
Whoa, that whole lower section sold out.
Yeah, I'll be
on the Nebraska side.
And the yellow, so the yellow seats are the club seats. You get access to like the bar and the lounges in there. The red section, I've sat there, lower concourse. Guys, the upper seats there are great too. You have a great sight line. You're very close to the field.
Because it goes straight up. So you're like looking down on the field, all 22.
Oof. And this will be one of the best tailgating experiences for Nebraska fans, because rarely do you just get open pavement parking lot like this where, there's no bars, there's no restaurants. It's all tailgating. So it's going to be a fun weekend in Kansas City. And just for the sake of this program, I hope they sell it out. I think it will be a big statement if Nebraska can go into Kansas City and still sell out Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I got a question for you, and I'm thinking out loud. Was this just a power move by Arrowhead?
Yeah, they won a college game. The Chiefs don't play until the next weekend. So the Chiefs will either play Thursday if they win the Super Bowl again, or they could open up on another day.
So this strikes me as a win-win-win. It's a win for Arrowhead. It's a win for Cincy. Certainly a financial boon for Cincy. And it's a win for Nebraska because it's essentially like a pseudo home game almost, and exciting for the fans.
Well, yeah, compared to what it would feel like in Indy. Like, I don't even know how many Cincinnati fans would go. I don't know how many Nebraska fans would go. It would be in this big NFL stadium, and it would just probably feel empty.
It'd be 35, 40,000, where this is going to...
Is that all you think it would be?
Probably.
And I think this is going to have a good chance to break 70,000.
Yeah.
Win.
It seats 75 or 74.
Nothing against Indy. I mean, we like Indy, right?
It's just hard to get to.
Yeah. Do we like Indy?
I mean, once you're there, I don't like going to Indy. I like being there. It's fine.
But yeah, this is the first time Nebraska's played in Arrowhead since 2006, the Big 12 title game, and then in 98, the Oklahoma State game.
Yep.
So they've had 2 games there in history.
Super exciting.
And, I wish it was a Saturday because I think it would be a lot easier for people, to go. But now Thursday, you have to do some moving around. But a lot of people to stay down there. Like my friends and I are already talking. The Royals play Friday and Saturday. So go to the game on Thursday night.
Party.
We already got our hotel. My wife, my family, and my bunch of my friends plan to go. And I know a lot of people. A lot of our friend groups were messaging one of the Robin. Same thing. We're like, hey, we're getting tickets. We're going down.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great deal for Nebraska fans.
Well, and the fact that I think this is the closest non-conference road game Nebraska's played. I think Dave Feet wrote this. Memorial Stadium to Arrowhead is 203 miles, making it Nebraska's shortest non-conference road trip since 1920. So, you want to go see the Huskers play on the road? This is as good of an opportunity as you're ever going to get.
Non-conference.
Non-conference.
Yeah, in the old big 12 days, obviously Manhattan's only about 130 miles away.
God, I hope you're right, Sean, about the sellout. Like I hope fans get down there.
Hey, closest road game overall since Kansas in 2009.
By the way, that 98 game, we got stuck on the interstate. The Journal Star crew. It was so, there's not a lot of ways into that stadium, Sean.
No, that's what they got to be prepared for, the in and outs, especially if it's sold out.
Leaving is the hard part.
Yeah,
well, getting there, we didn't get there till the
I think with this being a night game, people are going to trickle in.
Or tailgate.
You're going to get there like at noon.
Yeah. That was a night game in 98, though.
Why you guys pushed it that late is crazy to me. You're going to go work.
Well, my point is, I don't think we pushed it that late. we just got caught. We're in standstill traffic. I got out of the car and got a cookie from the car ahead of me. They were giving people cookies. Like I walked out of the car at one point. True story.
Plan accordingly.
No, the last time Nebraska, they've sold it out both previous times they played there, Oklahoma State and Oklahoma. The Oklahoma game at that time was the record crowd for Arrowhead Stadium.
Big 12 championship game. It was monumental.
Frigid. It was frigid.
Yeah, it was so cold. It was really cold. It was a monumental game. Nebraska should have won.
21-7. They fumbled the opening play from scrimmage.
Perhaps. I don't
A
remember.
bubble screen.
Yeah.
Maurice Purify and
Oh,
Reggie
right.
Smith
Right along the
picked it up.
sideline.
But Purify fumbled it?
Yeah.
Really? God dang, he was reliable usually.
Yeah, and then
Purify was a beauty. wasn't
Oklahoma, it was 14-7, and they had a 3rd and 13 from their own 1 yard line. And they called the rollout play, and Jermaine Gresham caught it. And then they ended up scoring, I think, to make it 21-7. But Nebraska would have got the ball back down 14-7, and it would have been inside the 30-yard line because it was hard to punt that day. They would have been punting out of their end zone. And so that was, to me, as close as Nebraska has been to winning a conference title in this drought. You can argue the 12 team should have won the title because they beat Wisconsin that year, but they got their freaking butts kicked against Wisconsin. Right. We don't even need to go through that game, but that was one. Oklahoma was probably the most flawed Big 12 champion in history.
They were injured.
No Adrian Peterson.
No quarterback.
Yeah,
they had a receiver.
Paul Thompson played quarterback for Landry, not even Landry Jones. It was the guy before Landry. Right. He was a 5-star player. I forget now. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
They were down. That wasn't okay. I'm getting out over my skis.
No,
I think they were their third.
It was before.
Wasn't their third string quarterback? Is that what they were dealing with? I think it was
Rhett Bomar. It was Rhett Bomar was out, and Paul Thompson took over.
Yeah.
No Adrian Peterson. They did have Jermaine Gresham, but Nebraska was out without Zach Bowman the whole year. So then they were forced to put Courtney Grigsby on 6'4" receivers all year. And that's how all the games they lost were the matchups they dealt with by not having Zach Bowman. You go back to that year. Every team put Limas Swede, all these big receivers on the, and they would have.
Courtney was a good player.
He was a good player, but they just had to match him up wrong.
Yeah.
And that was a tough loss, but man, I'm looking forward to Arrowhead. Some barbecue.
August 28th.
And people what do you, before the game, I'm not really worried because no one's going to get down there Wednesday night.
Some people are.
Are you?
No.
But
some people.
In the day of the game, you're just going to tailgate down there anyway. It's not like you need to be close to play. Just stay wherever and get to the stadium. That's really the point. Hotel rooms are filling, tickets are selling. Get on that. The public sale later on this week, but the pre-sale code was KC Husk, and that was open earlier today. And I don't know if it closed or not. But yeah, lots of people already buying those tickets.